ain't had a break yet, man.
Yeah, right?
Sometimes I wake up on midnight,
Yeah.
maybe 2 o'clock, and
Yeah.
then 6 o'clock I wanna.
Just sleep at
Yes.
6 o'clock while it's daytime still out.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? You living your dream.
Yeah.
You're living your dream. You're playing basketball, professional basketball. You
Yeah.
know, that's the dream, man.
Yeah.
To do what you love.
I try to be better, so I come here to find the coach.
Yeah.
Even because we have been worked together a long time ago,
Yeah.
I know him, he know me. So
Got a rapport.
we like each other. We can have fun during the game, during the practice. So
Locked in.
yes.
Locked in.
Focused.
I like him already. I like him already.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So that's the reason I want to have you guys here. So we're gonna get this thing started, man. We are going to get this thing started. So I want to say thank everybody for watching. Yes. Everybody for listening. Welcome to the 1028 podcast. I got two people here. So let me start it off like this. I love to talk to people that are going for the thing that they love, that when they're dreamers and they're trying to acquire greatness. That's the thing I love. I love to talk to people that are able to go for something that is beyond the reach of a rational mind, I could say, or the normal person. So beside me right here, I have two gentlemen that are remarkable and strive for greatness, man. And one gentleman, we have a great rapport, and the other one I'm gonna be meeting right now, and I'm excited for you guys to listen and hear about his journey, his story. So I think first we're gonna bring in my friend on the far left over here first, and just say, this is a guy that I met at the cafe, and we would just sit there, and every morning, when I would see him, we would just talk and we would converse. And then one day I asked him, what does he do? And I thought he was a trainer. You always come in the hoodie, you always came with the shorts on, you know what I mean? But we would have the dopest conversations about just the random stuff, from art to sports to then we got into his journey, and we started talking about the thing he loves, and that was basketball.
Yes.
And then he told me about a little bit about the history, and we're gonna get into that. But next, please, can you introduce yourself and let the people know who you are?
Yes. I'm Anthony.
Yeah.
Anthony Cheatham. I'm from Pittsburgh. I was born and raised in New Kensington, actually.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah.
so
Hey,
Pittsburgh
we gonna
boy.
get into. We gonna get in. Don't give him too much right now,
Yes,
Anthony.
yes.
Don't give him too much yet. We're gonna get into that because
Yes.
I really want to know about your journey as well.
Yeah.
And as we were talking in the morning, we would talk about the things that you've done, and talking about you going overseas to China to coach and so forth.
Yeah.
And this year, just a few weeks ago, I was talking to you. You said, I'm going back over there.
Yeah.
And you're going to go see some of your guys.
Yes.
And now we're here, and we have also one of those players here with us.
Yes.
And someone that I know that if you are willing to coach them, somebody who goes hard.
Yeah.
And I've did a little bit of research on you, man. I seen you over there, and I would love for him to introduce himself as well. Can you please introduce yourself and tell the people who you are?
Hello, I'm Liu. I'm from China, Shandong province.
Yeah, man. And you're a professional basketball player. And the reason I'm excited to talk to both of y'all today is, for one, to talk about how y'all got here, but two, to talk about your pursuit in your day-to-day activities and how you guys approach life and how y'all approach the game and how those things kind of collide.
Okay.
So that's kind of the thing,
Yeah.
So Anthony, I want to start with you, man. I'm gonna start picking on you first, man.
All right.
I'm gonna pick on you. So Anthony, man, you have had a magnificent career. You said you grew up in, what was it? You grew up in New Kent.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, playing basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird journey. I really didn't play. I played football in high school more than I played basketball, which was pretty interesting. Most people don't really recognize that now because of my adult journey.
Yeah.
For the most part. But yeah, I grew up in New Kensington, small city, still city.
Yeah.
Tough, rugged.
Well, I always say that the two best days of your life is the day you were born and the day you find out why you were born.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right? So when did you fall in love with basketball?
Man.
Like, what age were you, bro?
Honestly, I still remember, like, my mom has pictures and, my dad, like 3-4 years old, dribbling. I had the little members only jacket, the little apple cap to the side. And I'd be
you said the apple?
Yeah.
Come on, you took it back on him, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I had to tilt it to the side. I'd be at the parks in New Ken just dribbling.
When did you find out that this is something you can do for the rest of your life, though?
Yeah, so I think that was like, so when Ben Howland came to Pitt with Jamie Dixon, those years, that I spent at Pitt with those guys was like kind of relit my fire in basketball a little bit.
What were you doing in Pitt?
Yeah, so I was a student at Pitt, so I played football my first few years in college, and then my last year they were recruiting my brother. So my brother was like, Gatorade Player of the Year, like top 5 point guard in the country, really good, and he was getting recruited he ended up going to Ohio State, which I'm still mad about.
Okay, it's all cool. You were still a Pitt boy.
Yeah, so then I started practicing with the team and helping with the team, and so that was like my last year of school, and so.
Hold up. You went to college for football.
Yeah.
So you weren't even, your eyes weren't set on the court.
No. I that's another long story.
Yeah. Oh, that's another podcast.
Yeah, another podcast.
Okay. But so you start helping out with the team.
Yeah. They asked me to come by. I was like, man, I was in super good shape. I was playing all summer just for fun a little bit, and I came by and they were like, you want to help out with the team? And then I started practicing, with a few of the guys and playing. And so next thing you knew, we were in Syracuse actually, and Ben Howland was gone.
Yeah.
He had to go back to L.A. His father was sick. And Jamie Dixon took over. He's like, hey, jump in to the actual like pregame in the Carrier Dome at Syracuse. I'm like, holy crap, okay. And it was like from that moment, like, man, it just kind of lit a fire into me to like, get back into it, even though it was late, in my college career.
Man, think about that.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
You playing, you relit the flame in the highest level of competition.
Yeah.
High school, you learned a lot in high school to try to just hop in college.
Yeah.
And not just hop in, but be good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of road to catch up with, man. So how did you manage to make it on the court?
Yeah, I still was nowhere near like where I was even 2-3 years after that. But,
okay.
But that like physically and mentally and man, I struck. And my career has been very unorthodox.
Good.
I've always.
I always think those are the best stories and the best way to. Everybody's story really is. Everybody thinks it's supposed to be a linear thing.
Right.
Like, no, try all the different things and then bring that to the game.
Yes. Yeah. And I had, growing up, I had John Miller, whose son Sean, and Archie Miller, obviously, Arizona, and now Xavier, and grew up around those guys. My father teaching us, some legendary Pittsburgh coaches, and
So you, when you were watching these guys at Pitt and helping out with all that, how did you end up making it to the court?
Yeah,
like, because you went there and you were kind of helping with the training and so forth?
Yeah, not really. I mean, just there.
Okay.
Just there, jumping in, like helping to do whatever they needed, and back then, I was getting some money for school by doing that, so I was like, all right, I'll go check it out.
Okay.
Let's see. And from that point, it was just I was already in great shape.
Yeah. Because of the football. And
just
like
in
that.
myself, I really took that serious around that point in my life, and then I just really started to get back into the basketball side. But it never left. My dad had us doing drills even as kids, even when I stopped playing for years.
Let me ask you a question. Was that when you kind of found out that you enjoyed also training? Because were you helping the trainers out with the players?
For sure.
Did you fall in love with that back then?
Yeah, for sure. Like even my younger brother, I'd work him out some, just more football and strength things. But I really loved to teach even back then.
Yeah,
and I think I tried some other things after college.
Yeah.
But the basketball kept pulling me back.
Was there a certain trainer that you seen that maybe had a really big impression on you?
Yeah.
Of who you wanted to be like?
Me. I wanted to be like me.
I got you. You just found it.
No.
Oh, okay. That was great. I believed you.
Yeah. No. Now, yes. No. But it's like you as an artist. You know, you want to be the best version of yourself.
Absolutely.
But I've taken pieces from everyone. I say that all the time. The minute I stop learning, I'm done.
That's it, man.
Yes.
That's when it's over.
Yeah. But you try to make it yours. What was my personality? What do I think about a certain drill or something? Yeah. But I took. John Calipari, then Coach Miller, Coach Howland. I just took everything. I started reading more books. And just trying to learn as much as I could. Dean Smith, those types of Bobby Knight,
Bobby Knight was different.
Yes.
Bobby was different.
If you ask some of my players a few years ago, they'd say I was a little different too. He might say I'm a little different.
Yeah. So I wanted to get to there just to give them a little backstory of your caliber, of where you came from, and how you kind of fell in love.
I messed that up a little bit.
Okay.
My mentor was Ed Schilling. He was with John Calipari for like 15 years. Played at Miami of Ohio. Should have made the NBA, but he was with like Ron Harper, that Miami Ohio team when they went to the tourney.
Yeah.
And he's great. Now he's at Grand Valley State. He was at UCLA.
What did you learn from him?
Man, just discipline.
Discipline.
He would show up at the court. 20, 30 minutes. This is a college NBA coach. He's like, I don't know if it's the Guinness Book of World Records, but in one calendar year, he won a high school state championship, went to the Final Four, and then he's an NBA coach in 365 days.
That has to be some type of, that's something.
It's different, man. It's like me, getting up at 4, training myself, working my own body out. Those are things that I learned from him. His character, he swept the floor. At UCLA, he's sweeping the court.
And he's the big dog
he's
on
like
campus.
The coach, yeah. And just those things.
What did you get from that? What did you get from seeing him show humility like that?
He loved it. He loved it like I do. So it's like, if you love it that way, you're going to treat it with respect.
Right.
So it wasn't like a job to clean the floor. It's like, man, I love it. I want this to be the best floor today. I want him to have the best experience. I want to, he knows, we talk, we laugh. When it's time to go, we're like, we're going. There's no like, hey, let's relax. It's like my whole brain switches over.
And how did this relationship start right here? Like, let's take that back. Like, where did you guys meet? Where did you meet this guy at? Where did you meet him at, man?
It's interesting, always.